Oh! Hi. Good morning. You're already in here like a fucking loser. Oh my god, he's AFK. How's life going? Apparently we have Kino that happened that we missed.
Only in a.
I want to.
Hey, what's up?
There's kind of like three main points, like what it is,
Cat being put down so bad. Well, I'm sorry, Lupa.
why someone might do it.
All right. I am going to call into Pisco's show because his debate coach, his logic coach, Ask Yourself, is accusing me of running. So I'm more than happy to call in. That's perfectly reasonable. So.
You okay?
So he's conditioning.
Oh, hello, Mutano! Mutano!
Oh, what's up? I'm in the back.
What? Okay.
If Rob just starts rambling, then, I don't want that.
Oh, make sure if does he agree there's a understanding about what we're talking about. I think what Isaac wants to discuss is, the court that court packing as it relates to the Schmooft thing. In other words, as it relates to separating out semantics in terms of the different terms and what one could fill them in. If there's two interlocutors.
Jesus. Good one. Good one, Rob. Good one.
Good one, Rob.
Shut up, Mooten. I hate you.
Sorry. I was muted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so what had happened was he said that I was a coward, this Ask Yourself guy, because he offered me advice, and I wouldn't accept it. I didn't want to take the conversation on just his advice. So he called me a cock, and I'm running from him and all this shit.
Damn.
So I said, you want to debate in the court packing stuff? No, he doesn't want to. He's running from that. Now I say, fine, I'll call in. He says, oh, but you have to accept all of these conditions. And the conditions are basically... he gets to control everything that we're talking about, and I don't get to disagree with him. Fine, we'll play that game.
Fine, we'll play that game.
So let's see if they send the link.
No, or we can just add him. Can we just add him to this chat?
Let's see. I think we might be able to, yeah.
Okay.
So we'll see what they send me here.
I think we can. Say invite to...
Now, by the way, here's unbiased moderator Avi that's joined Pisco's Cope Fest about him.
I want to get Isaac
getting his ass kicked
first before we start throwing around invites.
The conditions need to be met exactly for me to not be running from advice. But the conditions need. Let's ask and make sure that it's set up exactly
Rob
like
has
he
responded.
wants.
He says he'll focus. I told him about what you wanted to talk about, and he says I'll focus on our. I think he means me and his conversation on SKMA stuff. So I think that's him.
No, I don't want to have a meta conversation about the conversation we had.
He's
about
running.
it. I'm
There
willing
he
to talk
is.
about-
He's
so I
running.
basically said the
He
three
is
things
running.
I'll
He is absolutely
talk
running.
about.
Do
So
you hear? He doesn't want to have a conversation on the
explaining
shit
what
he
the
said.
schmoove
Do you get it?
is,
Do you get it?
why somebody would do it,
Oh my god.
and then sort of how objective definitions don't really bear on the schmooved proposition. If he wants to have some kind of meta conversation about our conversation, he can, I don't know, hit me with a topic and give me time to think about it. But no, I'm not in some random meta ambush. Sorry.
Then Rob
There
just
he is.
clarified that it's a non-meta conversation
Is
about
your build for cloud? I have no build. I have nothing. I'm literally just trying to speed run the fuck out of this game until I can replay it on hard, and then I'll play it for real.
the schmoove stuff.
If it's about the three things that I said, that's fine. If it's about something else, then
Any of the 1-3 things.
Every dude has a fake laugh now. I don't know if Rob has a fake laugh. I think he just laughs. He thinks it's funny.
I want to
just
go
let
through
people
one by
laugh.
one, like what it is.
Will you do rebirth? Yeah. Wait, what was that? Mooten speaking?
Oh, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes. Why are you in the bath? Oh my god, you're like my Austin.
I'm taking a bath right now. What was I gonna say? Oh, did you see the UK are banning 16-year-olds and under from being on social media?
I did not see that, but I heard you guys talking about it today. Why? What about it?
What are your thoughts?
Banning, like, this character sucks shit. Banning from all social media?
I think it was the ones that I've seen were like Twitch, Kick, YouTube, Snapchat, and then if it's anything like the Australia one, you just won't be able to make an account.
Huh. That seems a little over restrictive now.
I'm for it. I hate fucking children on these goddamn websites.
Really?
So
You're fucking children on these websites?
I'm not Doobie. Wrong one.
I don't even know what the best thing to use when they're pressured is. I'm gonna die.
You're gonna die on easy? Really?
It's normal, not easy, motherfucker.
And you think you're cut out for hard?
Your mom is, so I know I am.
Trying to splash the water here.
So you would need. What does this mean, though? I hate her, so I don't want to ever acknowledge anything she says that's correct because she's evil. But one point that Taylor Lorenz brings up that is real is how do you keep kids off of any place? That means you're gonna have to that means you're gonna have to age verify or ID like everybody, right?
Yeah, it sounds like that they already have a lot of ID verification in place already. And then I think if you have a credit card, you can do it through that. And then they were talking about like face scan type shit. I haven't read into it completely. That's my task for tomorrow.
Damn. Well,
It is.
All right, then the first one, the schmoove.
He's
Are
running.
you sorry, are you
They
talking
won't
to me
bring
right
me
now
up.
and
Now,
saying
do you
he's wrong, or are
understand?
you talking to
Do
me?
you understand
well,
what's
I'm
going
just
on
getting
here?
the terms.
Here's what's going on. This dude accused me of running because he said, "Hey, I have some advice for you." I said, "Hey, no thanks, man." Then he called me a cuck and said I was running. Then he goes on Pisco's show and copes and says that I'm a coward and running from him. So I say, "Do you want to debate the court packing prompt?" He says no. I say, "You're running." He goes, "Why would that be running? It's just a conversation I'm not interested in." He said I'm running for not accepting his advice. So then I say, fine, I'll take the conversation you want about the schmoove stuff. He says, I'll only talk about that if you allow me to talk about the three premises I want, and you can't talk about anything else, including the conversation me and him actually had. Do you see? All the shit talking that he went over there to do, and he's running.
Weasel me off into some weird side thing. So if you have some proposition you want to argue about our conversation about the schmoove, then you can propose that proposition. But no, The thing that I'm prepared to talk about, and this is Pisco. Here's a lesson for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Here's a lesson for you, Pisco.
Right? You kind of do just what I'm doing here. Yeah. So there's a thing I am prepared to talk about, which is those 3 propositions I stated. And if you want to talk about those things, I'm happy to do that, and I'm happy to just frame it as a conversation or explanation or something like that, so it doesn't have to be a debate. But if you want to try to find a proposition,
Who's breathing like a fucking
I want
weirdo?
to get into
Stop.
a big us
Stop.
talking verbally, him talking on text at each other, ruining the stream, talking to a text guy thing. So
You see? Do you see
It would
who
be
these
over voice.
people?
It would be
These
over
big
voice. I think he
debate
would
pro
jump on the
guys.
call.
No,
all
I
their
mean,
big-
I
all
mean,
their
if
big
it
shit
turns out that he
talking.
wants,
Do you see what the
to
debate pros are
try
really
to,
about?
Try to
Now
work
do
it
you
down
see
to a
it?
debate
Do you
proposition.
see
I
it?
don't
Do you
know
see
if
how it is?
Trying to do that live on stream.
3 on 1. I'm walking
Oh,
into them.
yeah,
3 on 1. 3 on 1, and these motherfuckers still can't do it. 3 on
Go
1.
through those
Just
3
talking
things,
about
though,
what they
Here's
said
his
about me.
proposal. Proposition number 1: your insults to me and claiming I'm running for not wanting your advice is absurd.
Yeah, yeah. So not interested in that.
2,
Running?
the way
Or
Pisco
is-
used Schmooft thing was bad faith and unethical.
No, I don't care about Pisco either. So
There you
sorry, I
go.
do care
There
about
you
him, but,
go. He doesn't
no,
care.
so I offered those 3 propositions. So yeah, I think he has a bit of trouble kind of maybe sticking on track. But yeah, if he wants to talk about the 3 things that I actually offered, he's welcome to come up. And if not, yeah, I say we just continue.
Okay. All right, Rob, we'll give you a last.
And by the way, if he does want to talk about some other thing, to be clear, you can set it up with me.
Yeah,
and
just
I'm happy
message.
for the setup to be public so people can see whatever conversation we go on to have about that. But yeah,
why
I
is he
want
doing
time to
this?
think about and prepare. So if you want to talk,
Does
about
he have to
something
look at
that
the
I'm
keyboard to
not
type?
prepared for, like
Yes,
you want to come in
it's
and try
conservative
to
thing.
snipe me with some little thing about our conversation or something like that, like you can spell out the proposition, give me time to prepare, and then we'll have a discussion about it. Or if there's some other
There
topic.
you go.
I'm open to a bunch of topics, but yeah, the thing
There
that I'm
you go.
offering to do right now.
They're running.
is
He's running.
to,
Look, they know
go
it.
through those 3 propositions about the Schmooft, what it is, why people would do it, and sort of how objective definition, correct definition, legitimate definition, all that stuff doesn't really bear on the Schmooft proposition.
I just said you guys
or
need
if it
3 or 4
somehow
more
gets
people. 3 of you's not enough.
dodged.
done
Would it
really
be fair?
quickly,
Maybe 20
something like
against
that can be
1?
framed as
Would
a
that be
debate, but I
fair?
don't want to get into
What,
a huge
maybe
trying to
40.
frame
Maybe
the
they could
Schmooft
find
thing as a
40
debate
Phil
where we all
Bros?
spend our
Maybe?
time
Maybe
talking,
they could
we'll
find
even
40
chat
of
and
them?
blah, blah, blah. Yeah, like let's.
Would that be
just
fair?
do that in text.
What is this guy weak
This is his
to?
response to you, Isaac.
Uh-oh.
Haha, running, putting him on my public dodge list. Nope, no interest in bad faith cowards who run
Probably
for their
walking.
comments. See
Any
a
strenuous
loser, Enjoy
activity?
your cope fest.
Shut up. You're not funny. Don't even put that in a VOD ever. Delete that part of the VOD.
Talk about
What,
some
he
kind of
doesn't
meta
have-
point.
he
about
doesn't
the
have the
conversation I had
utterance?
with him. He is welcome to put the proposition forward. If I disagree with it, I'll probably be willing to have a little debate about it.
Let's all talk about it in the back and come up
But
with
yeah,
a
I'd
plan,
want
and maybe
time
I'll
to actually.
debate in
I'd
the
want to
future.
know what the
I have no
proposition
interest
is,
in
and I'd
debating
want
any
time
of
to
these
think
3
about it,
people
to
ever
review the
again.
conversation,
Here it is.
to build
Here it
my
is. They had their
case
big
or-
cope fest.
or
They're talking
determine
shit
how I
on
wanna
me.
approach the conversation.
They said I'm a coward for running for not
And
one
yeah,
of
I mean,
his
if you
advice.
think that's running, I would.
I'm
I
going to
would
call
suggest that
into
you
all 3 of them, letting them
belong
control the
in,
show.
the
And he's like,
safari
nope,
with
nope,
the-
nope,
with
I
the
won't do it.
baboons.
There you have it. Just so you know, when
And then
you
the final
see,
response,
ask
I think, of
yourself,
Rob, and then we can just do, 5-10 more minutes of the Rob conversation with me.
Well, why
is-
doesn't he want to come up and just talk
Yeah.
about the 3 things that I messaged
don't
him
even-
about?
I don't understand
like,
that.
Like, how about just come up about that?
Oh
like,
my
because to me,
God.
I'm sorry, you
just
should
talk
go on and
about
say your
the
thing after
things
this.
I do. Don't talk about
But
how
to me,
it's
it just
wrong,
seems like
how it's been applied
there's these
wrong.
3 kind of simple points that I want to make that I think he's going to have a very hard time not agreeing with, and he seems really intent on not talking about those and trying to get me to talk to him about something else. And I mean, it just seems like he wants to do some little thing to like reestablish like social dominance. I don't care about any of that. There's 3 things. I don't think you really get them. I want to go through them with you. If you want to do that, you can come up on stage. If you don't and you want to have a debate about something else, shoot me a message with the proposition and I'll have.
I
a
don't
look
like
at it,
the
and I might
breathing,
very well
man.
be
Shut up,
wrong.
Mooten. You're a hater.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go into some weird rambling like tangential conversation I'm not ready for. I'm not a fucking retard.
Fair enough. And then Rob says, do you guys need 4 or more people on your side to make it fair? 3 is not enough. I'm happy to stay quiet while you guys engage.
Yeah,
I'm happy
I
to
mean,
stay
he-
quiet too. Like
Yeah,
I'm
he obviously doesn't know who I am or who Avi is. Yeah, I mean,
Ooh.
I think probably solo Rob and his whole fucking crew of people.
He can solo me, but he can
Uh-oh.
solo me, but he won't.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
folks. I think. Anything else from you, Isaac?
Anything
if
else?
The condition is for us to be quiet. I mean, I'm happy to be quiet. Look, it'll probably be entertaining. There's lots of things I could do in the background while listening to it.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly don't. I mean, it's just so cheap. Like, oh, you want a three-way team up on me? Like, no, I'm
three-way.
happy to.
You see the coat? Do you see it?
On my own, it can be just me and you.
It doesn't
Again,
matter.
like I've dealt with so many sophists. It's like you're not gonna.
Ooh, call him a sophist. What?
I'm the sophist.
Like I've seen all
That's
this.
saying
I've been
all
at it for
words are
years.
just
I know all the
utterances.
sophist
God.
That's
postures,
their
right?
argument. That's
You
their
know,
argument.
you're trying to 3v1? No, they can be quiet, or we can just debate 1v1. Should be fine. So nope, that's gone. That failed. Good try, but that's not what we're doing. So,
There you have it.
Try again.
There you have it.
His comment. It doesn't matter if I agree with him. I made a specific comment on how Pisco using his tactic was bad. You wanted to give me advice, but it has nothing to do with the Pisco's application.
There we go.
And
Okay, I don't want to waste time talking to this retard in text. If he wants to, look, it's very simple. If you
I
want
just
to talk
offered
about
to
the three
call in.
things, come up. We'll talk about it.
There
If you want
we
to talk about
go.
something else,
There
shoot me
we
a
go.
message. If it's a
All
debate,
right,
shoot me a
send the
debate
fucking
proposition.
link. Send
and
the
talk
link,
about it from there.
motherfucker. Let's
Okay?
go.
Okay,
He can
fair enough.
solo
But
it.
I don't. I mean, I think Avi will attest to how annoyed I get by this, because this is. It drives me crazy.
Yeah, he has
People
a-
try to debate you from text. It's like I don't want to argue with you in text. Like,
I said bring me
you
up.
want to
That
have
was
an
the first thing I
argument,
said.
then
Yeah, that was the first thing he said, guys.
Go on voice. You can
Do you
come
see?
on.
Who's
And I
the
don't think this
sophist?
needs to be
See
an
who's
argument
soap-
because I
see
think
who's
that
soaping?
you actually will probably agree. I
does
don't
that
think
mean?
this stuff is particularly
Sophistry is engaging in like
controversial. I think
bad
you
faith
ask anyone.
philosophy, kind of.
Well, and I really mean that. Like, basically anybody who does philosophy is just going to trivially be like, "Oh yeah, that makes sense." I've seen someone.
You know,
do that.
Erudite,
Oh, I'm
she's
gonna
kind
love
of a
that
philosopher.
second
I should
Wait
talk to
till
her
you see
about
what
philosophy.
the debate
Okay, so we'll
bros
leave
are
it
Yeah.
there unless Rob, you want to agree to his conditions or,
Yeah,
you know.
if at some point he says he wants to talk about one or all of those, then yeah, just bring him up and we'll get into them.
You do know she's
Sounds
a
good.
woman,
Failing
right?
that, we'll
And if you don't I wonder all those, you want to talk about something else,
message.
just shoot him a message
Yeah.
and let him
No,
know.
I've never asked her. if
Yeah,
she
on
does.
Discord.
set
Message
it
on
up.
Discord. That's
How
where
do you know?
I check my message.
Mr. Galtolman?
I mean, it just sounded like he
And,
just
I
said,
mean,
"Sure, call in."
Oh no, I do. I was gonna say you would have to friend.
That's
add me,
what
but
it
I think I have
sounds
my
like.
DMs on, so never mind.
Isn't that what it sounded like to you?
Sounds good.
That's what it
And
sounded
now
like to
they're
me.
running.
And now
That's
they're
what's going
running,
on, so
Rob.
We'll just move on and we'll spend a little bit more time here reacting to this first part of the debate on whether
What's this
Ryan did-
fucker week 2?
All right,
I forgot.
There you have it. So just
There
so
you have it,
know,
guys.
I'm not debating Pisco again. I'm not debating Ask Yourself or Avi. That's it. If that's how it's going to be, you need to agree to very hyper-specific terms
Oh,
where
he's
you're
from
not allowed
Pittsburgh?
to say
No
that the
shit.
way things were used were incorrect.
Air?
Remember, the
He's flying.
entire conversation was Pisco saying, during the debate, yeah, call Ask Yourself, have him come in to
Nope.
make this point, right? Then Pisco saying, Rob, let me
guy's
introduce
probably
you
a
to
serious
Ask
man.
Yourself. And since he wants to be a little bitch, I'll read you exactly what was said. I was willing to let it go, even when people were like, "Oh, they're doing a cope scream."
Does he?
I
All
was
right,
like,
hear
I
me
don't give a
out.
fuck.
What?
That's fine, cope
Does he
scream.
kinda
But when he's on
sound a
there
little
saying,
bit
Rob's an
like
idiot.
Yes.
He's a moron. If he
our
ever wants
Secretary
to
of Health?
uncuck, I'm
Kennedy?
willing to
No.
talk to him. Okay,
A little bit.
let's do
without
it.
This,
Well,
without
no,
the,
not like that.
Listen,
Not like that.
Oh man, we're reaching hard, man.
No, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean. I
think you
mean
might
it
be
has to
retarded.
be
I'm
the exact
sorry.
condition that I want.
I am.
Now, here's a guy who said I was running from him because he said,
Reflect
"Do you want my
the
advice?"
trial.
This is his exact. Let me see.
It's fire again.
Pisco
Yeah, it is
says,
fire.
"Hey, buddy, Rob, I mentioned yesterday that I have a friend, Ask Yourself, who wanted to chat a little about some stuff in the debate, including the move I did with court schmacking. I'm
done.
only reading this because he's accusing me of being a cuck
What?
and running from him.
A cuck.
This is when you coincidentally said, Ask Yourself, I think it'd be helpful to chat with him sometime on voice chat about it and wanted to connect you to. And Ask Yourself says to me, now it's just me and Ask Yourself. He says,
Obama.
I'd be happy to explain the shell
one,
move,
Moot.
its utility,
Good one.
objective, correct, etc. definition, or orthogonal to the Schmooft de prop. I said, no,
Orthogonal.
thanks.
Gonal.
He says, why is that?
Orthogonal,
It's
Mooten.
not a particular
Orthogonal.
complex
You don't
point.
even
I
know what it
suspect I could
means
communicate it to you.
to be
Very
orthogonal.
talking in the Phil space. I said, I don't feel like it.
I know what it means
he
to
says,
be
I
a
wouldn't mind doing it
brother.
another time if that works.
Whew,
My goal
from
is just
another
to track that point. I said,
mother.
no, thanks. Not interested an hour later. Thanks for the offer, though. Laughing my ass off, he says, why not just hear out someone who thinks you have a
So what are we
thing to
watching this
learn?
for?
I
he
hope some of
freaks
your friends
out.
like Andrew here and there,
Where
too.
is he freaked?
I'm sure he'd tell you I'm helpful. I'd want to know if I were making an error, etc. I said, that's
Wait,
nice.
what'd you
No,
say?
I'm not interested. Why
Where
the
is he freaked
insistence?
out?
He says, because you
He's
seem
all the
confused
whole
about
video.
something basic, and I felt an urge
No,
to
I
get
think
it through
not.
your brain. I'm happy to be polite in a call about
You're
it,
just a
though.
hater.
I said, I'm not interested. Your opinion on me being
Yeah, your mom
confused
is.
is irrelevant to me. I'm not interested. I'm being polite. Thank you for the offer. No thanks. Just not interested. He says, okay, run along. Whenever you feel like not hiding, the offer is open. I'll be
Okay.
placing you on my public
Big
Dodgers
fire.
list. Then he puts a little clown.
Not the public Dodger
emoji. I
list.
said, that didn't seem polite at all. It
Nah.
seems like you were, in fact, misleading when you mentioned you would be polite. He said, no, in a call. Oh, he'd be polite in the call. Read
Okay,
more.
okay, here we
Run
go.
along.
One more,
I
one
said,
more, one more,
you'll
one
be
more.
rude here, but in the call, you would be
Okay.
polite. Gotcha. Not running.
Gotcha.
You have nothing to offer me. He says, if you're going to
One more,
run,
one more,
just
one more.
run. I don't need rambles. Offers open if you uncuck.
Oh,
I said, by the way, if we're gonna
uncock.
make it public, mind if I show these DMs? He says, if you're gonna run, just run. I don't need rambles and tangential stuff. I said, mind if I show these DMs since you'll be going public? He said, I'm not gonna keep repeating myself. Again, if you're going to run, just run. Offer is open if, when, you want to discuss this fairly basic point. Further rambles will be responded with an up emoji indicating to reread this message.
No, I didn't mean to
I
do
said,
it.
so you're cowardly ignoring the question? Gotcha. Up emoji. Feel free to impart your generous offer to me. I said, I'll feel free to impart your generous
Wait, I can
offer
dive
to
kick
me
after
publicly.
uppercutting?
He puts the up arrow emoji.
You're supposed to
Kick,
use unbridled
kick,
strength.
punch.
So, just to be clear, here's the offer.
What? Hold on. Use unbridled strength to stack chi on this character for the OP moves. That just lets me spam a couple dumb triangle moves, no? They don't even seem that good.
Here is the non-sophist.
The
The-
non-sophist.
Or the logic bro. The Phil bro.
Oh,
He
you can
understands
combine
the
these.
former rules of
That's fair.
logic. Here's his claim. Him saying, hey, would you like my advice or help on something? And me saying, no thanks. That's me being a cuck and running. Me saying, do you want to debate what you said about me? And him saying, no thanks. Me saying, do you want to debate the topic I was debating with Pisco? Him saying, no thanks.
Good
Me
one.
saying, do you want to debate that Pisco used this schma move in an unethical way? He doesn't want to do that. But that's not running. Him saying, no, I won't debate you is not running. But me saying, no thanks, I don't need your advice is me running. Why is it running from someone? If
Big
someone
Chi?
challenges you to a fight and you say no, if that's not running, but it would be running if someone says, hey, let me show you how to throw a right jab.
Yeah, that would
No
be running,
thanks, I
Rob.
don't
You
need
got
it.
him,
Oh,
dude.
you're running from me? Do you see the issue?
Yes or no, Rob?
Are you running?
Yeah, Pisco's voice did get shaky, didn't it?
Fire.
He stumbled the whole way through that debate. He fucking knows.
He knows. He knows,
How am
Rob.
I running? I only in this world. Is
Only
it
in
me
this world.
running to be like, yep, I'll debate the Schmooft thing and how Pisco used it. No. We don't want to talk about how Pisco used it. Okay, I'll debate the specific things you said to me.
This isn't even like mana
I don't
efficient
want
to
to
use
have
this
this
fucking spell.
conversation through text, though. Why don't you call in? Okay, send me the link. I'll call in. No, I won't accept the call in.
No, I didn't even mean to do it.
There you go.
There you go, Mooten. There you go.
Now, that's why I will not be debating these people. I'm not going to let them. They had their chance right now. I had no prep. I just got done putting together a playset for my son.
Okay.
Someone was like,
Unbridled
yeah, they're calling you a
strength
coward
and
since you're running. I was like, what's that?
Omni
It's like, come on,
strike
yeah,
while
I'll
an
call in
enemy
right
is
now.
staggered.
No, it has to be on this hyper-specific thing, not like what actually was said in the debate. Not that. We're not going to do that.
Ooh, okay.
It has to be this hyper, not the shit that I've personally said to you, not that. It has to be this hyper-specific thing. That'd be like me being like, hey, ask yourself, would you like me to educate you publicly? Let's do a conversation on the best recipe for no-bake cookies. Oh, you're not interested? You're running, you little bitch? All right, fine. I'll come talk to you about why I'm not running. Oh, I'm not interested in that. Just the no-bake cookies. There you go. And you see,
No.
do you see this? The topic is...
Do you see? Yes or no?
Yes.
Pisco used the schma tactic in
The
a
schma
bad way.
tactic.
He doesn't. That was what led to the whole thing. Pisco said, "Hey, Rob, you remember how you talked about the schma thing and how it was bad? Ask yourself once to talk about it." I said, "Okay, let's talk." about
Oh
it.
my God.
Ask yourself is saying, "I want to talk to you about a move people do in philosophy that can be deemed ethical." And my argument is, but in this sense, it was not ethical. That's my argument.
If you don't know the schma tactic,
No, I don't
ban
want to talk
ban
about
them.
that. I don't want to talk
Don't
about
a-
if
we
it
don't-
was specifically ethical or not.
You should know that one, guys.
Nope. I just want to talk about generalities.
all.
Of it. I don't want to talk about the shit I said to you. The Schmooft tactic and what he's basically going to say is this. Let's
What?
say we're debating about a term.
Okay.
I
Just
say,
said
is
schma
this
again.
I say, jailing, let me think.
Yeah.
Carmelo Anthony was justified in stabbing Austin Metcalf. And I say he was not justified. A court said that he wasn't. There was nothing fair or just about this. And he says, yeah, but I'm not using that definition of justified. My definition of justified means something
brutal
different.
misspeak.
Let's take out the word justified. Instead, let's make up a complete new word called schmustified.
Yes,
Now,
we're
schmustified could mean whatever I want it to mean, right? Because it's my made-up word. I suppose it could. Okay, and here's exactly what I say schmustified means.
What?
I think someone's schmustified if anyone ever
Someone
puts
better
even one hand
schmustify.
on them of stabbing them in the heart. I mean, you can't argue with that definition, right? Because I made up the word, and that's how I guess. Okay, so did Austin Metcalf put a hand on Carmelo Anthony? Yeah. Okay, then he was schmustified in stabbing him. Okay? Yeah. And I'm just using the word justified in this case to mean the same as schmustified. Therefore, it is logically coherent that he was justified in stabbing. You could say it's unsound, but it's valid. That's what they're trying to do. And I'm saying the point of doing this is Pisco specifically chose the word court packing because he wants to impart on the audience that like is being done because of like. We are justified in packing the court because the court has already been packed. Now, Pisco was saying, yeah, but I explained in other debates that it could be court packing or court schmacking. It doesn't matter. The word's not.
I know what Rob's talking about here. We had a I never know if I use any word correctly, so take everything with a grain of salt. We had this term that we had a while ago that we used called intuition pumping. And it sounds like what Rob is upset about is that Pisco, he's claiming that Pisco is like using a phrase to mean something that we don't usually mean when we say it. And as a result of that, he can bring in like either intuitions or arguments, oh my God, kind of from other debates, but doesn't have to defend them really because he's just using a term in a way not normally used, I guess. Like, it would be like this, okay? Let's say that you and me, okay? Wait, are you here?
Yeah.
Let's say that I put four wheels on your grandma, okay?
Okay.
And I want to call her a car.
She's a bike. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Well, bikes have four wheels or two wheels.
Okay. You're telling me now for the first time. I didn't know.
Okay, and let's say that I like really want to argue this car that your grandma is basically a car now because I have four wheels on her.
Yeah.
I can't think of a thing off the top of my head. Never mind. I was trying to tie this to you have a debate about car insurance at some point, and then you're having an argument right now on whether or not your grandma should get life insurance or car insurance, and somebody's trying to argue that she can't get car insurance, and it's like, but we already agree that your grandma could be a car. And it's like, well, that was for the purposes of that other debate, but she's not like actually a car for the purposes of this one. It sounds like
Oh, I see what you're saying there.
yeah, it sounds like what Rob is saying is that Pisco defined court packing in some other debate as something, but then in another debate he made it more general or more narrow, and Rob doesn't like that because Rob feels like Pisco is summoning the intuitions or the convictions from the other conversation in an unfair manner is what it sounds like, I guess. Yeah, Jesus, fuck.
Yeah, it sounds like they debated in the past, and now he's reusing it. You got there, man. It's all right. It's early. No one will remember this.
Fuck you. Did the judge's ruling get released? Yes, actually. It's on the subreddit. We talked about it everywhere, but somehow you missed all of it. But yes, it was released and we went over the whole thing, and it's just not posted anywhere because nobody actually cares.
Really important. Well, then why did you intentionally
Is this guy weak to
leave
fire?
the word court packing in your syllogism that you put out?
Yes, he is.
If it was really, people keep getting confused because of the word I use, then for clarity's sake, wouldn't you use a different word?
Yeah,
But
that's
you
fair.
keep using the word. Why? Because you know there's utility. Because you're making a perceptual argument. Like is the like, and if the average person doesn't have a
abilities.
background in
Unbridled
logic
strength?
or philosophy, They'll look at this and say,
Okay, and then
oh,
another
if one
unbridled
was
strength.
court-packing, then
And
it's
then
okay to
the
court-pack on the other.
triangles! Wait, that didn't even
And
do that much damage.
that's why Pisco says all of these words have subjective meanings. They're all merely utterances that you then have to explain with further utterances what they mean. So
That's
court
retarded.
packing and justified and deterrence can mean whatever the fuck I want them to mean.
Cool.
It's not cool, Mooten.
And what his
Thank you,
coach
Rob.
there, and here's the problem. This is what cowardly, and I am going to say it now.
Ooh, he is gonna say
cowards,
cowardly.
Like, ask yourself that talk shit, and then in a comfortable 3-on-1 situation on Pisco's channel, I was like, sure, I'll call in and talk. He's like, no, I don't want you to be able to push back. I just want.
What's the prediction on what the judge will rule? Judges don't like to be overturned on appeal. And when you're really close to trial anyway, okay, maybe they'll just say, fuck it, let's go to trial. But my judge knows how bullshit this case is. And so she's dismissing it on the MSJ. Okay, we spoke. She is
With
going to
prejudice.
accept it with prejudice, but she knows she has to write a very, very, very good and compelling argument in order to do it. So that's why it's just taking her a while, because she wants to make sure it's rock solid,
She's working on it.
airtight. So don't worry, guys. That's all that's going on.
Want to give you a lecture. That's it. No pushing back on you, please. Just my lecture. You don't get to talk about whether Pisco had problems using this or not. It's just I'm just going to read from my Philosophy 101 book. That's
Yes.
it. You're not allowed
we
to
got
respond.
the Philosophy
If
101
you
book
agree to
out.
that, then
It's
I'll talk.
over.
Otherwise,
It's
if people
over.
respond and say, no, the way this was utilized by Pisco is incorrect, I'm not interested in that conversation.
Please tell me I broke my thunder.
The truth is, when you listen
Thunder.
to cowards like that, who, by the way, talk a big game, but then
That
you
didn't
see what
consume my
happens.
mana, did it?
I want you to know. I went into I debated Pisco. I allowed him to pick the moderator, allowed him to pick the topics.
Oh my god.
The moderator constantly jumped in. I know Avi says, well, that's just because that's how I do things as a moderator. Fine, whatever. Pisco picked someone that he knew was a Phil bro that would jump in and talk about
No!
correct forms of
Stop. Somebody's like, for real, did you speak to her? No, I did not speak to her. No, that was a joke. You're not allowed to speak to the judge like that. That would be ex parte communications
Ex parte
with that. No,
communication.
stop. I did not do that. Joan, please, Joan. Don't put not another motion. Joan, not another motion, please.
Minus 10K.
Not another motion. It's not even the minus 10K. It's minus 10 months for them to go over everything. Stop. Have some respect for our courts, Joan, please.
and all that shit, and constantly ask Avi to help him out, which is what he did with the debate.
gonna have
Anyone can
nightmares
watch.
about this lady.
I didn't give a fuck. I went in 11 hours and I crushed the motherfucker to the point where he then has to bring the moderator and his debate coach on for a little fucking 4-hour cope fest.
Cope fest.
Then
don't
I
like to hear
offer to
that.
call in and talk to all three of them about the fucking subject that they want,
And they all
just
dodged.
not in the total framing that they want. And they're
Total
like, no, that's
destiny
not good enough.
dodge.
True.
Pisco's a worse off. I don't give a fuck.
Whoa.
Fuck Pisco. I
Uh-oh.
don't care. Right? But here's the truth. He's worse off because he's listening to dudes like this.
Ooh, actually,
He's not going to convince
possibly
any
true.
fucking average member of the public.
Well, that's mean. I shouldn't say.
Well, all words just have arbitrary meanings, and so you can say they are whatever they want, and they're just utterances, and all morality is just preferences anyway, so Democrats should do whatever the fuck they want. That's
They
fine.
should.
I'm happy to have Pisco out there making those arguments. He used to be a dude that was capable of arguing like normative politics. Now he's not. Now he's becoming Phil Bro, man, and he's real fucking bad at it. And his coach
Ooh.
there, at least in the form of Ask Yourself,
Oh
he ain't
my
too good either.
God.
That's why he's running like a bitch.
A little true, actually. This is the last enemy.
Or a
Right?
schmitch, if you will.
Whoa! Call him a
Ask Yourself doesn't
schmitch.
like that word. Schmitz. Cowardly ducking out in the way that Ask Yourself is doing.
Fuck you.
Now, I took time out. I was about to have dinner with my family, and I said, all right, they're insulting my honor as a man, claiming I'm a coward. Here we go. And you saw the results. You saw the fucking results. Now, they could twist it. No, there was a very specific prompt that only one little hyper thing that we were interested, and it was basically just a lecture. We just wanted to give him a lecture. There's the sign of people that are unwilling to stand behind their convictions, unwilling to stand behind their utterances.
Ooh.
So, just
big,
putting it on the table there right now.
Huge burn.
I'm not mad at Avi. I think it's curious. If I got accused, if I interjected as much as he did in that debate, and there were people, significant people saying, look, or a significant amount of people saying Avi was invested way too much and was trying to help Pisco. Even if Avi disagrees with that, why would you go on Pisco's 4-hour cope stream about that debate and Ryan's debate? Doesn't look good. All of a sudden, it's starting to look like maybe there was some sort of agenda there. But I don't give a fuck. No excuses. I still went in there and wrecked Pisco. I don't give a fuck.
Wrecked him, bro.
As far as ask
So
yourself,
Pisco got wrecked, huh?
I'm never
Sounds
talking
like
to him
it.
again.
That's what I'm
Oh,
hearing.
blacklisted.
I have nothing to say to him. He accused me of being a coward because I politely, over and over, I read the comment to you over and over. I was like, no thanks. I don't want your advice. No thank you. Nope. No thank you. No. Why are you insistent? I keep saying no thank you. I'm not interested. I don't care what you think you have to teach me. I'm just not interested. Thank you for the offer.
Damn.
Oh, you cock. Why don't you uncock? You coward. You're running from me.
Damn. That's brutal.
Then I'm like, okay, I'm here. Let's talk about it. No, I don't want to. It has to just be on this one hyper-specific thing. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to say one more thing.
Ooh, here we go.
I'm sorry, this is just the truth.
One more thing.
I have bigger and better fish to fry than these motherfuckers.
Oh!
Pisco, as far as I'm concerned, to be part of this fucking,
Nah.
well, let's see, you have to
He
agree
said
to these
it.
terms of calling and shit. Tell you what, Pisco, I gave you 11 hours of your utterances and my preferences.
Utterances.
Let no one say that I was running from you. I don't want to talk to you anymore. It's
Dang.
fucking boring. The truth is, I'm above and beyond you, buddy. And your little fucking coach friend, too. I tried.
And your little coach
I
friend.
gave you every advantage in the world.
Damn.
Over and over. Yeah, you want to do a fucking 11-hour debate with your fucking moderator on your topics that you choose with your syllogism?
Damn.
Let's do it.
With
Wreck.
your
You want me to call
syllogism.
your show when it's your coach and
Your
your
coach.
fucking moderator doing a little cope fest about me? Fine.
That's his
I'll call in.
mans.
Oh, you're running from that too?
He's got
Fuck
your
it.
mans.
That's it. So you go ahead and do your little cope streams. Rob's a coward.
Guys,
anytime
the debate
they
scene is
say,
falling
Rob's
apart.
a coward. He's refusing to debate right here. This is it. This is fucking it. Let there be no confusion. I put myself out there and they ran like little bitches. After calling me a coward and an idiot and this, that, and the other, I tried to come on. They didn't want any of it.
They couldn't
So
handle
not
it.
interested in them when they think, oh, well, we could get some content trying to talk to Rob in the future and blah blah blah. Rob, oh, we're calling
Don't
you
let him
out.
do you
If
like
you
that,
don't
Rob.
debate us, you're a coward.
Don't
I'm
let
gonna
you-
say, who the fuck
don't
are
let
you
him do you like
people?
that, Rob.
Be gone.